Hey guys, did you all happen to see the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills last night? Or shall we call it the Erika Jane show? Because that's what it was. Let's talk about it. And let's be brief. I'm going to be brief about it because, to be honest, all that happened was ladies were getting dressed, getting ready, getting packed, getting ready to go to the Kyle's home in Laquinta. And is that the house that Kyle allegedly stole from Kim? Why Kim was so mad at Kyle? Yeah, so the ladies were getting ready to go to Laquinta and have a little getaway because of COVID, they couldn't go to Greece, they couldn't go to France, they couldn't go to Amsterdam, they couldn't go anywhere else in the world, so they had to go to Laquinta. Anyhow, so let's just fast forward to the main event. They get there, everybody arrives. It's established that, Erika's going to stay at a hotel. She doesn't feel comfortable. She needs her space. And I believe Dorit was staying someplace else, or maybe she was staying at the house along with Sutton, and I think Crystal may have been staying someplace else. It really doesn't matter where anybody was staying because it's not like we're going to be in the same assigned rooms with them anyhow. So they all start arriving, and, they all come. And, of course, the subject was Erika. Oh, Erika, did you see what happened in the news? Dorit's like, oh, my God, they froze his accounts. And I think that's a better British accent than Dorit's. Anyhow, they froze all of his accounts, Kyle. I can't believe it. Tom's accounts. And then she reflects on, I remember when they froze Piquet's accounts. And I didn't even know Piquet before this person who sued him. So, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Kathy arrives. Kathy comes stumbling in like Ozzy Osbourne, the Ozzy Osbourne that she is. Kathy is like the comic relief that everybody seems to love. And I'm warming up to Kathy at first. I was like, Kathy is just not funny. And why is everybody on Twitter living for Kathy? She's not funny. She wasn't funny until she said hunky dory to me. Anyhow, so we get to, Erika finally arrives, First of all, Sutton and Crystal decide to bury the hatchet and start over. Yeah, let's see how long that lasts. And so, I forgot before we get there. We see Erika at her clubhouse. That, I really didn't know that was a thing. I used to always see Erika and her creative team, her creative director and all of them like putting together looks and stuff and supposedly rehearsing for the Erika Jane show experience, whatever, in this space. But I didn't know it was called the clubhouse. So they start reflecting on all the times they spent at the clubhouse with the ladies and the events. And how about it really wasn't that big of it shouldn't have been reflected on because it wasn't like it was that memorable. Like they showed Kyle some party they had and they showed something from 2 months ago. Like, ooh, the clubhouse. So Erika is turning in the key. She's letting that go because without Tom's money, Erika can't afford the clubhouse anymore. That's what's inferred. Because, she has to cut back because I'm doing it all on my own now. Tom hasn't given me a dime because, I guess in the state, you're not required to give spousal support. And so that says to me that the Erika Jane business wasn't making money, that Tom was footing that bill. Like, you're cutting back. And to me, Erika, you need to cut back on that glam squad because they're not doing you any justice. All they do is dress you up in latex and some resort wear pajamas. So like you might want to cut back on them or get a lesser team, and actually get a young team, Erika. Someone they don't need that much money, but they get what's on trend. Do that, and then that's cut back. That's how you can cut back, Erika. So let's get back to Kyle's Laquinta house, the house that she allegedly stole from Kim. But Kim said it. You stole my house. I'll never forget that because it was like a gut level. You stole my house, Kyle, that Kim gave her. So, and let me just mention that everybody had on new confessional looks. Did y'all notice that? And, Crystal, was that her first confessional or not? I don't know. Maybe. I just didn't remember. But Crystal had on like a soft pink shimmery, it looked like shimmery lame, little outfit. It was actually cute because she looked soft. And it's like they had a filter on her to make her look soft because she's been portrayed as kind of, hard and callous or whatever, according to Sutton, like she's mean, you're not nice. So anyhow, Erika arrives. She gets out the car, she has her dog with her, and then she's bitching, and I gotta pick up your poop. Like, Erika, come on now. Like, if you don't want a dog, don't get a dog, because you got to pick up the poop. And since you don't have the help to pick up the poop, why do you have a dog if you don't really want a dog? You just want a dog to just lay there and be cute and to make you look like you are a caring individual. Not buying it. So, yeah. So Erika arrives and she comes in. Here's the moment. Here's the moment that comes in. They come in, they all like flock around her. And she stands there all stoic. It's not going to be okay. And it's not going to be okay for a long time. I mean, I feel like Eileen Davis is somewhere sitting, like, applauding. Erika, you've done the work that I've given you. I gave you all the tips for soap opera acting, and you've done it. So really, this whole episode is all about Erika. Erika's explaining how bad Tom was for her, how bad she had it with Tom. I mean, and then like trying to like paint this picture of Tom as like some man who doesn't have it together. He's losing it. He's unraveling, and you know, and he doesn't want to listen to anybody. I'm okay. It's nothing wrong with me. He snapped at me. You know, blah blah blah. Tom is so bad. And then it's like she's constantly diminishing her lifestyle as well. Like, oh, this little that. Everything is little to her, as if one, she's too good for it, having come from where she's come from. Like, you're from Atlanta, Georgia, South Side, Swats, I believe. And you worked in a strip club. I'm not going to say you were a stripper. You were a single mom, had a kid at 18. You met a rich man who's not an attractive rich man, 30 years your senior, and you marry him. So it can be assumed that it wasn't for love. It was for a lifestyle. Now that that lifestyle is allegedly being taken from you, everything is little and beneath you. And I don't know how I can do it without the staff, but I'm pinching pennies. Like, it's only been like a week and you're cutting back on everything. Like, we don't need to pay for that. So you were fine letting Tom foot the bill. But now that you have to foot the bill, you're pinching pennies. So we have a light moment with Kyle and Kathy. Kyle's in the kitchen trying to cook, trying to make this lasagna, make it perfect for everybody, because she makes it known that this is like the most casual dining setup that she's ever done. And she's making this lasagna, and Kathy comes in big sister fashion, and I'm the younger sister, so I understand Kyle's feeling that Kathy comes in telling her how she should do it, and you should have done this, should do this, blah blah blah, do it like this. I get that all the time. It's the most annoying thing, because like, hey, I probably can cook way better than you, Kathy, and I do it on my own. You have help, Kathy. Like, why are you telling me anything? So anyhow, they have a light moment. They're playing. Kathy's being her Ozzy Osbourne type self, and she starts like cleaning up a mess that Kyle made with a grill brush. Like, you don't clean with that, but clearly Kathy probably hasn't cleaned in years, because she's a Hilton, and the Hilton has staff, right? So they have a moment. Kathy wants to take out some stale bread, and she's like, Kathy, you can't serve this. And Kathy's like, you laugh at everything. And the funny thing is, my sister always says I laugh at anything. Anything she does, I laugh at. Oh, you're so funny, you're so funny. But it's true. Like, that whole big sister, little sister thing, it's real. Like, I mean, I'm not going to admit that she has a hold over me, but she kind of does. And she's not going to watch the video, so I can say that. Because then she'll be like, I told you. Anyhow, so back to Erika. I'm so over it. Because, they all sit around the table. And I'm glad Garcelle wasn't there, because I think Garcelle would have been asking her the hard questions. But, they're sitting around the table, and she starts with the story. And I took notes on this story. Let me read it. So these are like my notes that I would take if I were in class, so they're not like full sentences. So, Tom was mean to me. We get it, Tom was mean. So, he has an accident. And he was unconscious for 12 hours. Follow me. I know, because I found him. Okay, keep that in mind. I know, because I found him. He had a head injury. I thought he had a broken ankle. I didn't tell you that. I said he had a head injury. I mean, I didn't tell you everything. He had a broken ankle, a head injury, and broke his clavicle bone. he drove off a cliff. He was out of the car down the hill. And then he calls me. And I say, where have you been? Because I assumed he'd been cheating with another woman. 80-some-year-old Tom? Like, can he still? You know what I'm saying? So then she says in the beginning that she found him unconscious. That he was unconscious for 12 hours and she found him. But then she says he calls her. Like, which one is it? And you see the reactions. Like, they're all like stunned, but are they playing along with Erika's story? Are they in on Erika? Like, are they in on it? Because their reactions, and something came out, I saw a headline, I didn't dig into it, but it said that Lisa Rinna was hiding $5 million for Erika. But that was clickbait, I'm assuming. I don't necessarily, this is alleged, so don't come at me, all three people who might be watching on Erika's behalf. But I feel like it was all bull, and she's using this platform to explain herself, just in case a juror that is picked will have some sympathy. But I think it's doing quite the opposite. It's making her look guilty, because I think she's playing the audience for very dumb. And the audience is quite sophisticated these days. Though we play along with the drama and we believe it a little bit, not really, but we play along as if it's a soap opera. You're making yourself look guilty with the tears because your acting isn't convincing. And it's not convincing. Like, it's as if you were with the acting coach. And I've said this before. It's as if she's worked with an acting coach to do this. And I'm actually kind of thinking, is Bravo in on it? Did Tom and Erika pay Bravo to make this whole season about Erika explaining? Let's call the show Erika Explaining. Erika Jane Explains. What would you title this season, since it's clearly not Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Drop into the comments and let me know what you would title this. But the episode ends with, of course, Lisa Rinna trying to make herself relevant, brings up Scott, We Don't Care Disick, and her daughter. We don't care about Scott and your daughter. This isn't your season, Lisa. And even if it was your season, I don't think people would care. So please like and subscribe and tell me what your thoughts are on Erika Girardi and her soliloquy that she did the entire episode. Let me know. See you later.